The purpose of this tutorial is to show how to multiply polynomials. And polynomials are expressions, algebraic expressions, that have a variable. Well, actually, they don't have a variable. Even numbers or integers like 2 or -5 are actually a polynomial term. But they're terms that have a variable part and a coefficient. And even if something was as simple as just a lone variable like x. X is a polynomial because there is a coefficient part. It's 1x actually, and so that is a polynomial. Now, often there are more than one term. You know, x plus 5 is a polynomial. Now, what's not a polynomial is things like this. If I put another x down here, or 3x or something like that, that's called a rational expression. So it's no longer a polynomial. It's actually a polynomial over another polynomial. So we're not going to get into that at all. Now, I'm going to model on this page using something called Algebra Tiles. It's a graphical or a physical representation of what multiplying polynomials means. So if you keep this in mind, there are mistakes that students sometimes make that you're probably less likely to make if you think of this area model. So over here, I'm going to model 2x times 3x. And so this dimension right here is going to be my 2x side. Now, each of these rectangles is an x, and the dimension, see, this side right here is 1, and this dimension right here is an x. And you think of area, length times width. If I multiply a 1 by an x, that's why we would call this a 1x. And so the same with this one. This is another 1x, so that's why that side is a 2x. And so across the top here, I'm going to put 3 x's. Okay, so I'm multiplying. You can think of this as find the area of a rectangle, length times width, and that's what we're doing here. So this is 3x across here. This is 2x across here. So what we're filling in is this whole rectangle here. And depending upon the resolution of your screen, these might not look like squares, but these are supposed to be squares here. They do in my PowerPoint I'm using, but on the monitor I'm using, they actually look a little bit like a rectangle. It looks like this is a little bit longer than this, but they're both supposed to be the same width, or width and length. So each of these is an x by x square. So each of these would have an area of x squared. X multiplied by x, 2x's multiplied, is x squared. That's what the 2 means. It means 2x's multiplied. So these are all x squareds. So the area of this will be 6 of these x squared. So that's why, or one way I can justify that 2x times 3x is 6x squared. Algebraically, what we do is we go 2 times 3 is 6, and x times another x is x squared, because x squared means 2x is multiplied and x by another x. So when I multiply 2x by 3x, I get 6x squared. That is the area of this Algebra Tiles diagram. Now, one more I'm going to do. These are called binomials. A polynomial with 2 terms, x and 2 are 2 different terms, 2x and 3 are 2 different terms. So these are binomials, 2-term polynomials. And so in the diagram here, this side right here is this is an x length here, and these are both 1s. They're a 1 by 1 square, and so, well, 1 and 1 is 2. So that's where the plus 2 comes from. So this side is x plus 2. That's the 2 right there. Now, the other dimension of the rectangle is going to be 2x plus 3. So this right here will be the 2 x's across here, and then plus 3 more makes 3. So 1x, 1x, a 1 and 1 and 1. That's 2x plus 3. Now, the areas that we have here, and we're going to bridge into the algebra of how you do this, because we're not going to use the algebra tiles on the examples in the next page. So these ones right here are x squared, just like up here, because an x times an x gives you an x squared. So there's 2x squareds. These ones over here are x's, because they're rectangles that are x long by 1 wide, so those are all x's. These are all x's as well. These are rectangles just oriented different than those, but they're still x's. And then each of these is a 1 by 1 square, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's an area of 6 altogether. Now, this is, I said we're going to bridge into how we do this algebraically. When you're multiplying binomials together, you multiply every term in one by every term in the other. So x times 2x gives you 2x squared. That comes from, that's actually this part right here. Because I'm multiplying x here by 2x, then that's that rectangle there, or these two squares together. That's the 2x squared. Now, next I'm going to multiply this x by the 3. And so that's this part right over here, because this rectangle right here is x for one dimension and 3 for the other. So we're multiplying x by 3, and that gave us 3x's. Notice my color coding. Okay, that's blue. These are both blue. This is red. That's red. Now 2 times 2x, that's this part down here, because this whole rectangle right here is 2 in this dimension multiplied by 2x's in that dimension. So we're multiplying 2 by 2x. And that should give us 4x's. 2 times 2x is 4x. And the last little bit down here in the bottom right-hand corner is a 2 by 3 rectangle. So we're multiplying this 2 by this 3, and of course that gives you 6. That's the 6 down here. And then often, not always, but often, there are some like terms we can combine in the middle. So we wouldn't leave it as 3x plus 4x. 3x and 4x altogether, you see there are 7x's here altogether. And so we would combine those together. 3x and 4x add to 7x. So the final answer would be 2x squared plus 7x plus 6. Now, before we go into the examples on the next page, I want to show you one more thing. If you ever hear a teacher, whoops, I did not mean to do that. There we go. Use the acronym FOIL. This is what FOIL stands for. So FOIL stands for first, which means you're multiplying the first terms of each. The O stands for the outer or outside terms, which are this one on the left end and this one on the right end, so x times 3. This I stands for inner or inside, which means the ones that are right beside one another. 2 times 2x give you the 4x here. And L stands for last, the last terms of each, which is the 2 times the 3. So if you ever hear of somebody say, well, use FOIL, that's what FOIL stands for. It's really just a way of remembering to multiply every term in this one by every term in this one. That's all it is. So let's just take a look at some examples on the second page here. So I'm going to use the arrows in the first couple here and then not in the last two, because after you get better at this, you won't have to be drawing the arrows all the time. So x times x plus 4 multiplied by x plus 5. So again, multiplying every term in this one by every term in this one. So x times x would be x squared. Okay, so there's 2 x's multiplied there. Now I'm going to multiply the x by the 5. You see, and then that's 5x. What the arrows do, or is supposed to help you do, is to remember, is sort of to do this in an organized fashion. See, I've multiplied this x by both of these. So now I would next multiply the 4 by both of these. So 4 times x will be 4x. And then 4 times the 5 gives you 20 on the end. And so, like terms in the middle, 5x and 4x add to 9x. So it's x squared plus 9x plus 20. Now in B here, we're squaring the 4x minus 3. So squaring 4x minus 3 means there's 2 4x minus 3's multiplied. Okay? If that had been a 3, then there'd be a third one. So again, I'm going to do the arrows the same as this one. So I'm going to start with 4x times 4x, which is 16x squared. Now I'll multiply 4x by the negative 3, which is minus 12x. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. There's a single x in that product, so just an x after the negative 12. Negative 3 times 4x next. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12, and there's a single x in that product, so x after the negative 12. And negative 3 times negative 3 is 9, so plus 9. And again, like terms in the middle, the negative 12x and negative 12x add to negative 24x. So x squared, 16x squared minus 24x plus 9. We're gonna be talking about this in another lesson shortly. This is called a perfect square. And so when you have two binomial is the same, you're multiplying. Notice that the two terms in the middle are the same. They're always going to be. See, multiplying 4x by negative 3 is the same as multiplying negative 3 by 4x. That's why those are the same. And so we'll get into that later, but that's one of the special, it's called a special product. We can get into factoring. In C here, we've got the negative 3 times the product of the two binomials. Now, there's two ways to do this. We can multiply the negative 3 into one of them, but not both. Okay, you don't multiply the negative 3 into this one and then also into this one. That means you would have actually multiplied a negative 3 in twice. Okay, so you either multiply it into the first binomial or the second. An example with numbers. If somebody asked me to multiply 2 by 3 by 7, let's say for example, I would not go 2 times 3 is 6 times 2 times 7 is 14. And say, oh, the prize can be 6 times 14. Because I actually multiplied the 2 by each of those. Okay, we would just go 2 times 3 is 6. If you want to do this in 2 steps, times the 7 would give you 42. Okay, so we would not multiply the two different times. Okay, so I'm going to leave the negative 3 out front. So there's my negative 3, and I'm going to multiply the two binomials together just like I did with these up here. So 2x times 5x would be 10x squared. So I did this. Now I'm going to multiply the 2x by 2, so that's 4x. So I multiplied the 2x into that binomial. So I'm done with the 2x. Now I'll multiply the negative 1 in. So negative 1 times 5x would be minus 5x. And negative 1 times 2 would be minus 2. Close my bracket. Now, I'm going to collect the like terms before I multiply the negative 3 in, or distribute the negative 3 in. 4x minus 5x is negative 1x. So that's what this 4 terms will simplify to. And then I distribute the negative 3 in. This negative 3 out front means the negative 3 gets multiplied by all of the terms in that set of brackets. So negative 3 times 10x squared would be negative 30x squared. Negative 3 times negative x would be plus 3x. And negative 3 times negative 2 would be plus 6. So that's what that simplifies to. That's the trinomial. A little longer one in D here. I'm going to leave the 2 out front. So I'm going to start by multiplying these binomials together. So there's my 2. 4x times x is 4x squared. 4x times 5 would be 20x. So plus 20x. Negative 3 times x would be minus 3x. And negative 3 times 5 is negative 15. Close my bracket. So now I can multiply these at the same time. That's fine. So I'm going to put my negative there. And then 3x times 2x, so I'm doing that arrow, is 6x squared. And then 3x times the negative 1 would be a minus 3x. And negative 2 times 2x would be minus 4x. And last, negative 2 times negative 1 would be a plus 2. Close my bracket. So I'm going to collect the like terms. These are like terms. These are like terms. So in the first set of brackets here, 20x minus 3x is 17x. Everything else stays the same for now. Same over here, the 6x squared at the beginning, 2 in the end. Negative 3x minus 4x is negative 7x. So just combining like terms. Now I'm going to distribute the 2 in. 2 times 4x squared is 8x squared. 2 times 17x is 34x. And 2 times negative 15 is negative 30. Now over here, it's really like there's a negative 1 in here that we're distributing. So negative 1 times 6x squared is negative 6x squared. Negative 1 times negative 7x is plus 7x. Notice the signs are really just changing because we're multiplying negative 1. Negative 1 times 2 is minus 2. So that's why those signs change, because you're really distributing a negative 1 in. So collecting like terms, 8x squared minus 6x squared is 2x squared. And then 34x plus 7x is 41x. And negative 30 minus 2 is minus 32. And that's the end of the tutorial.